Hello, it's Reviews Day Tuesday and it is the final Tuesday of the month, which means that it is time for me to talk about my April favourites. How has your month been? I hope it has been really, really great. I've had a very good April. There was Easter, I've launched a Patreon this month, I've also had slightly more time to relax than in recent months, so that's been really nice. And I've also got a lot done, so that's been great because I'm always in a better mindset when I'm being productive and ticking stuff off the list. Anyway, I'm going to start this month talking about TV shows because it's been a great month for TV. Fleabag finished this month and season 2 was excellent and Phoebe Waller-Bridge is amazing. I'm very glad that I decided to catch up on series 1 of Fleabag and then watch series 2 as it aired, and I'd recommend checking it out if you have the opportunity. Also this month I watched The Umbrella Academy, as you may know if you watched my review of it last week. It's been a while since I've binge watched a show. I've been watching TV quite sporadically in recent months, so it was kind of nice to engulf myself in that world for an extended period of time, and it was a fun show. I'd recommend it. Also, Line of Duty returned this month. It is on BBC One on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. This series is just as full of twists and turns and surprises as every other series of Line of Duty there has been, and it's such a high quality show and I love watching it. And finally, for TV shows this month, I wanted to highlight the new comedy series Ghosts. This is a BBC show and it is on Monday night on BBC One at 9:30 p.m, which is not the normal BBC comedy slot, so that's exciting for a start. And it's by the team from Horrible Histories, which I loved. It's a really great comedy. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. There have only been 2 episodes so far, and I think it has so much potential, and I would recommend checking that out, definitely, if you can. Now, let's move away from TV shows. Let's stop me rabbiting on about TV shows. Let's talk about games. I'm going to rabbit on about games instead. Yay. I've really been enjoying Fortnite this month. There have been a couple of special modes which I have found a lot of fun. Firstly, Air Royale, which is a completely different sort of battle royale than you normally expect from Fortnite. It's ended now, but it's definitely my favourite thing that Fortnite has done, I think. It's so different. As the name suggests, you are in planes, and it also led to my first ever win in Fortnite. And there's also currently an Avengers mode, which I personally am also finding really fun, and I'm happy about that because otherwise I'd be missing Air Royale terribly. I've also been playing Tetris 99 quite a lot this month, so I feel like I should definitely mention that in this video. It's such an easy game to just play in little tiny bursts. Each game lasts less than 5 minutes, so I find it just such a convenient game to just play for a few minutes when I'm waiting for a video to render or for a TV show to start. It fits very well into my life and I'm finding it a lot of fun. And also this month I bought Just Dance 2019 for the Nintendo Switch. I only bought it a few days ago because it was on sale on Nintendo Online and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's really fun. I had the original Just Dance on the Nintendo Wii back in the day, and I also had Just Dance on Broadway as well. So it's really great to have that sort of back in my life again. And again, it's another sort of game that fits relatively well into my life because you can just play for a few minutes, and also because it's on the Nintendo Switch you can play it anywhere. Sometimes I have it attached to this computer, sometimes I have it attached to the TV, and sometimes I just use the Switch screen on its stand. So I'm quite happy that I got this game on the Switch as opposed to one of the other platforms that it's available on. Now, a present. My parents got me a desk fan. It's got a handle which flattens down, it swivels, which I am demonstrating right now. When I'm streaming it tends to get a bit hot in here because of the computer and because of the windows being shut and the doors being closed for sound, so it's going to be nice to have a fan that I can sit on my desk. So that's a great thing, especially as I'm going into summer. And now finally I'm going to talk about a few purchases this month. A few days ago I bought this. I didn't know what this was called. I've just been describing it as one of those, you know, cafe boards that used to be in old cafes, but I looked it up today for this video and apparently it's called a peg letterboard. So I have learnt something new today. I've never actually seen one before available for purchase, so I was very excited to get this. As you can see, I'm using this to put my Twitch schedule on, and it just sits at the back of my streams because it's on a stand. And it also has a whiteboard on the other side, although I am not using this whiteboard at all because it's pretty poor quality, to be honest, and I have a better whiteboard. But this side, very worth it. And it comes with so many different letters as well. I was shocked. I was so certain that I would have to be very careful what I was writing on it because I would run out of E's or something. So I was very impressed, and I've put all of the letters and numbers and punctuation in this little box so I can easily get to them. It took about an hour to do this, but I think it's worth it. So yeah, I'm very happy with this, and I'm even more happy with it because it was £3.99, which seems very cheap. Speaking of very cheap, I also got 2 dotted notebooks this month. I was in Paperchase earlier on this month and they had this whole range of thin notebooks, you know, like 60 pages bound very simply, you know, they're just A4 pages folded to make a notebook. They were all between £3 and £4, and some of them were lined, some were plain, some I think were square paper, and some were dotted. So I bought two because dotted notebooks aren't the easiest type to find. I needed one for Patreon, so I got this one for that because it's orange, and you know the Patreon logo is orange. So I'm using this to keep track of my rewards and my posts each month. This one was £4, and then I also got this one, which was £3. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet. It's a bit small to use for a bullet journal. This is the notebook that I'm currently using as my bullet journal. As you can see, it's far more substantial, but I will find a use for it eventually because dotted notebooks are just so much more convenient. Not for general writing, for that sort of thing I'm always going to be using lined books, but it gives you so much freedom when you need to lay things out in multiple different ways. So I'm very happy to have got these, and a lot cheaper than dotted notebooks generally are. So those are some of my favourite things from this month. I would, as always, love to know some of your favourite things from April, and also do you have any thoughts on any of the things I've talked about today. Let's move across to the end screen. If you would like to see my latest video or some more favourites videos, then you can do so below me here, and you can also subscribe to my channel or visit my website if you should wish to beside me here. And also, if you fancy checking out my Patreon, then the link to that is in the description below. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you later on in the week.